It does, you know, and it just feels like another fight. And then it does feel like making all my dreams come true, you know? Whether it's an Olympian striving for that gold medal, you know, if it's a kid just trying to get an A on their report card, you know, as human beings, man, you know, we challenge ourselves from time to time and we set goals. I've set this goal has been in motion for 23 years. You know, this is just such a beautiful moment in my life. This is a beautiful moment in boxing history. And for me, this is how I leave my mark, you know? I've always wanted to be remembered in the sport of boxing. I want people to understand that when Keith Thurman's in the ring, he's bringing some of the most exciting fights that can be made in the welterweight division. And not only are these exciting fights being made, but when the fight happens, the fight is exciting. You know, I just want people, the real fight fans, the real boxing heads, you know. I know there's a lot of different talk out there, but it's not over till it's really over. When it's all over, I just want people to say, you know what? I really did enjoy watching that boy Keith one-time Thurman.
Does it touch you the fact that you're former unified champion and people just kind of forgot about you because you've been inactive the last couple of years, like those 2 belts that you won didn't exist?
Hey man, you know, this is the sport of boxing. We say all they remember is your last fight, right? So Keith Thurman is somebody who almost got knocked out in the 7th round if you're that kind of person with that kind of, you know, analysis, you know? But to me, in retrospect of myself, Keith Thurman is a great champion who's fought through adversity and diverse characters. He's fought southpaws, multiple southpaws throughout his career. He's fought several undefeated fighters throughout his career. You know, at the end of the day, you know, I unified 2 world titles, and inactivity, it wasn't a blessing. You know, it wasn't a downfall at the end of the day either, but it did keep me out of the limelight, right? I mean, I wasn't sitting here, I wasn't talking to you guys. There was nothing to say. I don't want to talk about my pain. I don't want to talk about my suffering. I don't want to talk about things that won't happen, can't happen, you know? Or when are you going to be back, champ? Or what are the doctors saying, champ? I didn't want to have none of those conversations with y'all, you know? And I shouldn't. You know, as an athlete, you know, to me, it would feel very negative. I enjoy positive moments in life. I enjoy positive moments in my career. Right now, we're living out one of the most positive moments of my professional boxing career.
Keith, it's not very often a fighter's ever 100% going into any fight, but if you had to say what percentage you are healthy right now before this fight, what would you say?
Healthy enough to whoop some ass. That's all that matters, man. We're here, you know. You never know. Injuries could be right around the corner. I wish Keith one-time Thurman was a fighter who never got injured throughout his career. You know, to not be injured in professional sports in general, football, baseball, basketball, soccer, hockey, you know, to not be injured, to go throughout your professional career and not be injured, that in itself is a true blessing, okay? And athletes really understand that struggle, especially if you do your history on multiple different sports. So Keith one-time Thurman, you know, I mean, look, Tiger Woods, look what he went through, and he won again, you know? And, you know, everybody wanted to know when it was gonna happen, and it took time, you know, but it happened, you know? But this ain't golf. We can't just take the checks home and, you know, 8th place. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's checks to be take home, but I'm a champion. I'm undefeated. And Keith one-time Thurman belongs at the top of the welterweight division yesterday, today, and forever.
Do you have to win spectacularly or just a matter of getting the hand raised, regardless if it's a ugly fight, controversial, it's all about getting your hand raised, or you have to get your hand raised and from the film and get that asterisk, the exclamation point, excuse me, on that resume?
Look, you get the W, we keep cruising into the future, right? We move forward. Undefeated champion and still undefeated champion. Beat Manny Pacquiao. You know, there might be some backlash if it doesn't happen in fabulous form. You want to make history? You destroy Manny Pacquiao. You know, you want to get positive talk. You clearly beat Manny Pacquiao. Maybe I outboxed Manny Pacquiao. They say Keith Thurman is not a devastating puncher in today's generation of the welterweight division, but his boxing is amongst some of the finest. And obviously he's hard to beat, and he clearly outpointed and outclassed Manny Pacquiao. But if you know your boy one time, I got a little bit of sugar and spice, put it in the pot. We're gonna try to make this one right here very, very nice. You know, so, you know, really my retrospect, you know, that I've been telling myself in training camp going into this fight is, you know, we want a W. We don't care how it comes. We want that W. But deep down, I want to do this fight the way I did Diego Chavez. You know, if you can get past the fourth round, you get past the fourth round. And we're gonna assess everything that happened 1 through 4 when we go through 5 through 12. And ultimately, he didn't see round 12. But in the 5th round, I made a shift more into my boxing, more into picking my shots, more into confusing him with my head movement, dodging punches, not just standing there loading up. Because for 4 rounds, I was loading up. He was tough, he was undefeated, he had all these knockouts, and I'm like, his knockouts aren't greater than my knockouts. He ain't knocking me out, I'm knocking him out. I'm knocking him out early. I didn't knock him out early, but I did stop him, you know? But the world got to see that Keith Thurman can be more than a one-dimensional fighter and then still ultimately deliver with a KO victory. Lately, they haven't seen KOs. We did see the knockdown. So you saw a flash, real quick, short left hook, 2nd round, Jose Cito Lopez. There goes Keith one-time Thurman. We remember that one-time Thurman. Oh, then he boxed for 9 rounds. Okay, maybe he's Keith runtime Thurman, whatever they want to call him. Like I said, we're gonna give you a little bit of this and a little bit of that, but we're gonna start off with more than just cap.
Keith, a lot has been made about Manny's speed, even at 40. Have you ever fought anybody with this kind of speed?
You know, that's one of the strong points of Manny Pacquiao. My whole thing is, you know, he does have tremendous speed. One of the fighters that had some great speed early on in his career that I grew up with, and I sparred many times, was Adrien Broner. And Adrien Broner didn't just have speed, he had power in that right hand. It was short, it was fast, and it could do some damage. You know, I remember growing up and doing some strength work, and they used to say, if you got short arms and you're lifting weights, there's an advantage against, you know, if you're lifting 250 in comparison to somebody like yourself with these long arms trying to lift the same 250, right? Short arms just can pump it out a little quicker, a little easier. It's as if they're built for heavy lifting, okay? I also believe that, give me a second here. This ain't Florida weather. I also believe that short arms equivalates in speed as well, right? If you got long arms like Muhammad Ali, and you know Muhammad Ali was fast, Roy Jones Jr. was fast, they had tremendous speed. But can you compare that speed to a lightweight fighter? You know? And we all know that Manny Pacquiao is a lightweight fighter. So lightweight fighters, not only do they have higher punch outputs on average, but they come into the ring with tremendous hand speed. The advantage is he does have short arms. So if he wants to hit me, he has to be in a zone that I can hit him. And to make up for those short arms, he's utilized a tactic throughout his career that's also very fast, and that's his in and out movement, his feet. So not only does Manny Pacquiao have fast handwork, he has fast footwork. Ultimately, it can be a problem. He might slip a few good punches in. He might catch me off guard. Like I said in the face-to-face, it's just another fight. It's just another black eye. Ain't nothing we ain't never felt before. If he gets me down, he better have me out, because I'm coming. I want to trade with Pacquiao. Because like Ben Getty used to tell me ever since I was 13, 14 years old, I don't care who it is, boy. You hit him with 8-ounce gloves, oh, they're going to do a pretty little dance. Manny Pacquiao's no different.
Keith, how much do you attribute Pacquiao's last 2 losses to his opponents?
You know, matchmaking is one of the aspects of this professional sport. You know, and I do believe that he looked good, but it's not only matchmaking. The number one thing about Pacquiao is looking back at those 2 fights, and then him going into this fight, is he's been active. You know, he might be 40 years old. He's an active fighter. And we all know that when fighters are active, they really sometimes can continuously bring out the best in themselves. Even a tremendous champion, similar to myself, when they suffer through inactivity, you might not see the best of that athlete. So I know that I'm getting the real Manny Pacquiao, even at the age of 40. But the way Lucas Matisse fought, he let Pacquiao do too much. The way Adrien Broner fought, he let Pacquiao do too much. And both fighters have one thing. Well, I have one thing that both fighters didn't have. Size advantage, reach advantage, and the ability to really not give a fuck. I'm not afraid to let it go. If you're gonna beat me, beat me. I'm living a dream. I'm not Martin Luther King, but he said it for us all years ago, that he had a dream that young brothers like me could be great in America. I'm striving for greatness. I'm fighting a great fighter, a legend in the sport. My moment is here. My moment is now. Saturday night, all I can do is do my best.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that rhetorical? Do you think he came to win? It doesn't really matter what I think. Do you think he came to win?
No.
Rhetorical. I mean, it's hard to say that you come to win if you're looking at the fight clock in the fight. I saw it. Did you see it? You know, I'm not going to say that, like, you know, fighters don't look at the fight clock in the fight. But if you're coming to win, are you looking at the fight clock in the fight? When you need to know how much time before you go hit the club, you might want to look at the fight clock, you know? It's good to know where you're at, though. You know, I'm not going to fully disrespect AP. It's good to know, you know. Maybe he really wanted to know, like, you know, shit, man, where we at? All right, that's where we at. I got this. Let me handle this. You know what I mean? It's good to know, you know. If you got 90 seconds left, if you got 60 seconds left, if you got 45 seconds left, it's good to know. But if you're going to look at the fight clock, and then you come back and fight, that shows you're trying to win the round. I just believe that Keith one-time Thurman is a very, very different fighter. I believe that I present a challenge, not to one, but to all in the welterweight division. Win, lose, or draw, majority decision, split decision. You boxing Keith Thurman, boxing a boy that's nice. You boxing somebody that knows a thing or two, or 3 or 4 or 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I know this game. We didn't show up yesterday. I ain't talking to you for the first time, and this won't be the last.
Did you see signs of his age in that fight?
Who, Pat?
Yeah.
Of course not. Shit, man. When I saw him beat Adrien Broner, I was cheering for Adrien Broner. And I knew I wanted this paycheck. I knew I wanted this paycheck. Now, I was cheering for Adrien Broner because I just want somebody to show the world Pacquiao's not that dude no more. AB didn't do it. I get a shot. Do I do it? We on the clock. We're gonna find out real soon, you know? But I just really believe that the welterweight division has new superstars. That there's just a new set of talent that truly is at the top. New legends in the making. It's okay to be a legend, you know? It's okay to be a living legend who is still competing in the top 10. But are you top 5? Do you belong on the starting 5? Or do they got to bring you in the game in moments where it's necessary? And like I said, that's what made me cheer for Adrien Broner, you know? And I told everybody, you know, I wanted the AB that, the one that everybody said, this kid's the next Floyd Mayweather. There was a time, we all remember, where we admired all the skills and talent that was within Adrien Broner. And there's still people that still do. It's not up to us, it's up to him to bring it out. And not just show us, but show his opponents what's really good. When Manny Pacquiao defeated Adrien Broner at the age of 40, 1 week prior to Keith Thurman having a comeback fight against Jose Cito Lopez in Brooklyn, New York, it was so motivational. It was so inspiring to watch a 40-year-old man throw combinations like that, let his hands go, rock a young fighter who has skills and talent. It was so motivational. At 1:30 in the morning, in my Yeezys, I go out and run. I got rained on. In my Yeezys, I'm still running. Luckily, I just bought them. Had my pops wash them. They came out looking fresh, brand new, you know. But who cares about your Yeezys when you're trying to get back into the sport that you love? You know, the one thing that people really don't understand about fighters is the sacrifices that we made to be where we are today. And it doesn't even matter if you've just lost 2 fights in a row. You know, we've seen in boxing history, we've seen fighters have comebacks. Now, there's a lot of people who analyze the fight game and analyze us based off of our performances. And if you see a fighter lose 2 fights in a row, obviously his stock goes down. When stock is going down, it's hard to buy in. Not a lot of people are going to have faith. But just like the market, it can be volatile. The sport of boxing can be volatile. You can watch somebody go up. You can believe that they're the next greatest thing. Then you can watch them go down. But if they really do have that inner spark, you can watch them climb back up to the top again. Not every fighter is that kind of fighter. Muhammad Ali was one of those kind of fighters.
This is our last question.
Keith, you beat your hand raised on Saturday. You're a historian of the sport. Does this make you a surefire Hall of Famer? Is this that gold seal you need to go up to New York and get your due whenever you call it?
Go to the Hall of Fame, baby. I'm already there. I'm already there. I donated my trunks, my robe, and my gloves from when I unified against Danny Swift Garcia. That was history in the making. It's been so many years sends an undefeated welterweight champion, unified with the WBA and the WBC, against another undefeated welterweight champion. Keith one-time Thurman has already made history, but how much history can I make? That is the ultimate question, and that's what Saturday night is all about.
Keith, why the game over shirt? Is that for Pac-Man? Is that a sign or what?
Of course this is for Pac-Man, baby. This is the grand arrival. Keith one-time Thurman showed up, and the game's already over. The back of the shirt, you remember the games. It says, would you like to continue? It says yes and no, but no's already selected, baby. Come on now. This is game over for real. This is game over. You at the arcade, you came with $5, but you out of your dollars. There's no more quarters, baby. You cannot continue. That really means the game is over.
What is your ring, brother?
Huh?
What is your ring?
This ring is a platinum lion. It's the first gift that was ever given to me by my wife. Before we were ever engaged, she gifted me a ring. It says, I'll cherish this forever. And it's one of a kind.
What does it signify?
Just being the king of her life. And she is my queen.
Keith, this is your first time fighting a first ballot Hall of Famer, but your trainer Dan Birmingham cornered in this arena, Winky Wright against Felix Trinidad. I'm just curious if you remember watching that fight, being from, vaguely the same place Winky's from.
Shit, of course we remember that.
And,
That's the bobblehead fight.
If that fight has come up at all, just in the context of you fighting a Hall of Famer.
I mean, look, people think that Keith Thurman doesn't have what it takes. People believe Winky Wright didn't have what it takes. This is St. Pete boxing, baby. We don't just make champions. We make, where's Winky today? Hall of Famer. Saturday night is my moment. It's my opportunity. Not to just further my legacy, but to continuously carry on what we do at St. Pete Boxing Club. All the hard work and dedication. And the mentor that I had in Winky Wright. I tell people all the time, Winky never sat down. He never talked about footwork, this or that. But he taught me so many things in the ring, in the moment, by just letting me be there with him. Letting me be in his training camps at 16 years old. I was Winky Wright's sparring partner at 16 years old, I'll never forget.
Yeah, we got to
Right
wrap it
before
up.
Mosley and right before Tito Trinidad. I wasn't in the Tito camp, but before he started that camp in St. Pete Boxing, I was able to do it.
If you enjoyed the video, feel free to hit the like, subscribe, and share. As always, if you want to support us to the next level, head over to the patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice. We have tons of exclusive from Border Wars, entitled betting shows. The list goes on and on and on. But in addition to that, if you guys have questions for fighters, trainers, and promoters, this is where you can submit them. We will run out, get these questions answered, and put it back on the show just for you guys. Appreciate it. Peace.